Your crypto in health. You want to know how crypto is working in health? We come to you every day with juicy news on wealth, wellness, and well being. We're broadcasting to you live from 1.4 degrees south of the equator and 37 degrees east of the central meridian. I like to tell you we're right in the cryptographic middle of the world. You're with me, Scholastica Mugi, and I'm coming to you at 1000 hours coordinated universal time, UTC here on the Ubricoin channel. You're just in time. And we're calling you as a new argonaut for Africa to join us in steering the economies of Africa. We're guided by Annlee Saxenian, who described in her book, The New Argonauts 2006, about the role of the diaspora who traveled to America and returned from Silicon Valley to their home countries to support new industries in semiconductor. Now, guys, in your case, you don't have to travel back and forth like Saxenian described about the Argonauts of the 1990s and before. You let the information technology do the traveling for you through the internet and the blockchain economy, which is the Ubricoin. And this is why we're shilling UBN, because we know it helps you solve two fundamental problems: your retirement funds and education for your offsprings. Now, guys, the race for a COVID-19 vaccine is intensifying every day, and one vaccine developed by the University of Oxford, known as Chadox 1 nCoV 19, appears safe and triggers an immune response. So, trials from 1,077 people showed that the injection led them to making antibodies and T cells that can fight coronavirus. However, being good news, these findings are obviously hugely promising, but we need to remember that we are 7.8 billion of us, and for obvious reasons, for the developing countries like ours, such as here in Kenya, we could be among the last ones to get this virus, the vaccine itself. So we must keep embracing the personal responsibility of protecting ourselves, and how we're doing it is, of course, calling upon God, and you as a person maintaining the good hygiene of washing your hands each and every single day with soap and water, sanitizing with an alcohol based sanitizer. You're wearing your mask every time you're in public, and you're observing social distancing. And of course, shout out to great people. I hope you're doing those things that we keep on saying: Grace, Naomi, Shiko, Irene, Susan, Barbara, Abed, Evans, Betty, JJ, Jojo, David, Muturu, Miss Kindness, Fochari Productions, Madam Beatrice Marango, Joyce of Seattle, Dr. Stephen Karanja, Mr. Mbugwa, Kimani Kamau, Eglantin Lonperia, Romario, Producer Purity, Tom, Pinch 254, Samuel Getoa, Brand Rakoi, Ian Mwangi, Jacob Yator, Archelimo, Eunice, Ponjiroge, Jane Nelson, The Prince, Triza Justin, Mohammed Ali, Global Trader, Ruth Owino, Jane Gashugu, Irene Keaton, Engineer Masinga, The Comical Canadian, Mark Waweru, Stephen Opanga, Raja Usman, Veronica Mwangi, Solomon Mushemi, Justus Kimeli, Chiza Charles Kea, Washira SM Pwani, Jane Washira, Lynn Washira, David Ogutu, Bishop Mackenzie, Isaac Kithua, Miriam Flower, Moses, Mr. Mbuthia, Pastor Zippy, Jessica Daniel John, Alpha Nyota, Steve Nyabuto, Jason Gore, Wanjiku Kinuthia, Ibrahim Gitau, Felix, Shali Sheri, Fred, George Duke. Keep doing what you need to do to protect yourself. Now, our inspiration today comes from Psalm chapter 62, verse 8. Trust in him at all times, O people. Pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. Amen and amen. And of course, no matter what we're going through during these unprecedented times of COVID-19 pandemic, we need to remember that our situations will eventually change. Nothing is permanent in this world, and so COVID-19 will not be permanent. And even as we keep on trusting God, God's power to reign on us, we need to be doing what we need to do. So on our COVID-19 term today, we revisit fomite. Next on our crypto news segment, we talk about the most used blockchain currently. And finally, on Ubrica today, we continue analyzing UBN's markets and its performance. So let's start with fomite, which describes an inanimate object or surface that could act as a vehicle for transmitting an infectious organism like the coronavirus. It may be possible that a person could get COVID-19 by touching a fomite contaminated with the virus and then touching their own mouth, nose, or eyes, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. That's the CDC. So fomites can include your household utensils, your door handles, your light switches, the blankets, your phones, your tissues, your laptops, your bags, the sponges, name them. There's so many formats that we can be thinking about, and so you should be taking a closer look at what you're getting into contact with, because these things have the potential of making you getting contaminated with the virus. And then once you touch them and then you touch your mouth and nose and eyes, which you're not supposed to in the first place, then you at a likelihood of getting COVID-19. So that takes us to what is happening in as far as COVID-19 status here in Kenya is concerned. We're looking at data, and so far 249,998 have been tested. Out of that, 14,168 have been confirmed as positive. Then, thankfully, 6,258 have recovered, while 250 have lost their lives. So you can see what is happening, and we need to be taking care. Thank you so much, Jojo, for joining us live. It's a very good afternoon to you. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Thank you for your support, or as always. So let's continue with looking now. We can actually now cross over to a crypto news segment. We're looking at news on Cointelegraph by Antonio Madeira, which headlines Ethereum flippants Bitcoin to become the most used blockchain. Now, for the last month, Bitcoin price has traded in a tight range and trading volume has been relatively flat. Meanwhile, several tokens on the Ethereum network have been topping the price charts, especially the decentralized finance, that's the DeFi tokens. New data from Messari shows that Ethereum has just surpassed Bitcoin as the network that settles the most value per day. This means that the dollar value on the transactions of both Ether and its tokens is now higher than that of Bitcoin. Now, while the DeFi sector has been gaining popularity, stable coin transactions have been responsible for the most of this volume, having settled over $508 billion in transactions over the course of 2020. Now, this figure is nearly double the $253 billion settled in 2019. And so we're looking at what stable coins continuing to grow exponentially, and Ethereum becoming the chain of choice for centralized and decentralized stablecoins alike. So this is what is happening. And of course, Ethereum now, as it stands, and this is according to Messari, is that it is the most used blockchain, which gladdens my heart to know that, because as you know, your health crypto is on Ethereum blockchain. And definitely UBN has been bullish for the past 1 week. It's been doing so greatly well, and so we are loving the fact that Ethereum blockchain is a choice for many people. And so that goes also to tell you that you are on the right platform. So you purchasing UBNs gives you a guarantee that, you know what, everybody is moving into this space. So having known that by now, I think you should be having as many Ubricoins as you can. And of course, you have a chance to do that by visiting etherscan.io. And then you first look at how many are we. We are 69,775. And out of that number, you can acquire yourself some Ubricoins by hitting the exchange tab on etherscan.io. You're going to find all the exchanges where you can buy Ubricoins. And we're looking at CryptLockX exchange being the first exchange today. as it has been for the past 2 weeks, and it's with the UBN ETH pair with an amazing price and an amazing volume. We're also looking at Ether Flyer today coming in at second place. Ether Flyer has come up very strongly today. Yesterday it was almost the last one, and so we're looking at the UBN ETH pair. That's really amazing. Then we have UBN Doge on Finex Box, UBN LTC, UBN USDT, UBN ETH, in that order on Finex Box Exchange. That is how they're following, and that is how the markets are doing. And you still have an opportunity to keep boosting the 24-hour volume, trading volume for the Ubricoin, because first, you're a Ubricoin holder. And if you're not, then there is a lot of problems that you're putting on yourself, which are definitely unnecessary, because you can just hit those tabs and access the exchanges on Cryptlock Exchange or either Flyer or Finex Box, and you just create an email and your password, and then use your email address and a password, and then go on ahead to purchase as much Ubricoins as you can. So you're not limited to anything, and this is the time definitely to buy Ubricoin, even as we establish its present value, which is the commodity value. And how we establish this commodity value for the Ubricoin is by actively visiting the exchanges and doing what we can in as far as basic trading and arbitrage trading is concerned. So guys, I've got to love you and leave you, and I'm leaving you today with a quote by Indian lawyer Mahatma Gandhi. Strength does not come from physical capacity, it comes from an indomitable will. Strength does not come from physical capacity, it comes from an indomitable will. I have been your girl, Scholastic Kamugi, and until tomorrow, it is goodbye for now. Ciao!